this is Ilina and welcome to another LDRS creative card video. In this video, we're gonna make a die cut only card, and I have already pre-cut strips using the strips, the 8, quarter, and half stitch slimline strips die, and we're using the new die set big word dies. This one is Thinking of You. So let's get started. I have a piece of A2 white panel. I'm going to trim it a quarter on each side, well, on two sides actually, to have a piece that measures 4 by 5 and a quarter. Next, what we'll do is we'll create the background. So I will be adding the strips. I'm going like different widths next to each other, and I'm going in rainbow order. So you can see that the strip is sticking out from the panel, but don't worry, we're gonna trim those after the glue has dried. I'm using liquid glue here, but you can use double-sided tape or double-sided sheets that measure the same dimension as your panel. So I'm trying to find different strips to go in rainbow order, and just wanted to alternate between the widths and not put the same width next to each other, so we have a little bit more interest. So I'm adding that teal there, and next I'm trying to find a navy one. I'm adding more adhesive. I smeared the adhesive there. I was trying to remove it with first with my finger, then with eraser. And I'm continuing here. Now we're going from the navy to purple. I'm adding that there, making sure that on the left side we have enough coverage so we don't have a wide gap and that cardstock underneath is visible. I'm adding the 1/4 of an inch strip there, actually the 1/8 of an inch. Next I'm adding a 1/2 inch strip, that's the light pink. Then I will go with more kind of rose pink, and I'll repeat now with the red and orange, then yellow, green, blue. So I have that bright orange there. I'll do 2 shades of yellow. So I'm going first with the brighter yellow, and then I will do a little more pale yellow. I'm going back to the same green we used at the beginning. Right, next the pool, the teal, and navy. A tin navy, and then a purple. I added the white purple, the 1/2 inch, so it's easy to have that corner nice without the piece falling off. So next we're gonna cover the left bottom corner. Since I didn't start from the very corner, I wanted to have some visibility there for the angle and making sure that everything lines up nicely. So I'm done here. I just press that with the Stampendable tool, and I'll put it aside to dry. While that dries, while the liquid glue dries, I will die cut the Thinking of You sentiment. I die cut Thinking 3 times for white cardstock, and Of You twice from black cardstock, and the shadow die once from vellum. So now what we're doing is we're gonna stack those thinking dies to have kind of thicker and more sturdy sentiment. Again, I'm using liquid glue, but if you have spray glue, that would work too. I usually use the spray glue outside, and it kind of seems more time consuming to do it, so I usually use liquid glue. Also, usually the white liquid glue dries clear, so you don't need to worry of any thing that comes off the sides. You can also wipe it up with your finger. Okay, I'm adding more liquid adhesive here to adhere that third layer. I'm making sure that I add on the thin parts because those are more likely to not line up. Okay, I'll press it down to make sure that it's nice and flat with the Stampendable tool, and I'm adhering now to the vellum shadow die, well, shadow die cut. I'm adding a heavy acrylic block on top to make sure that it dries nice and flat. And while that dries, I'm stacking the off-use die cuts. I have only 2. Pressing it again. Okay, now while that dries, we can just trim off the excess of the strips from our panel. I'm just using scissors. You can use either scissors or you can use paper trimmer. I prefer using my scissors because it's faster and it's much easier than using the paper trimmer. Okay, so here's our background, our very colorful background. And I still have the sentiments under the acrylic block or on top of it. While those are still drying, I'll add some foam tape on the back of the background. And I also have pre-prepared white top folding note card that I made using a piece of white cardstock that measures 11 by 4 1/4, and I scored it at 5 1/2 on the 11 inches side. So let's add the background to our note card. Instead of putting it directly after I remove the tape, the backing of the foam adhesive, I'm adding some liquid adhesive because this gives me some wiggle room to move that if it's not perfectly positioned. So, and also it holds better true if you keep this card for a long time. Some of the foam adhesive sometimes tends to, from the heat, to get more looser, but this works perfectly too. Okay, so we added the thinking sentiment. Now I'm adding just off view. Again, I will add some liquid adhesive on the back. Add at you, making sure I'm kind of eyeballing it to make sure that it's nice and straight. And then I'll add the off in the middle, right above the U. Okay, that finishes our card for today after it dries. So let's remove that acrylic block, and here's our finished card. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. Please visit our blog for more ideas and more inspiration, and also don't forget to click on the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos. Thank you so much. Bye.